what are some of the other perks to credit cards if cashback and points were to go away? What are some of those unused perks that we get and we don't really use? So that's what I wanted to talk about. And so I did a poll on my community tab as well. And wow, not that many people have taken the poll as of right now. 61% of people said that they would not use credit cards if it was no points, cashback, or rewards. So I'm kind of really surprised about that. 61% of people said that they would stop using credit cards, and 39% of people said that they would continue to use credit cards. So that's really surprising. So I think that's why this video is going to be really good to talk about some of the different, perks that are on credit cards that we don't even think about that really could, if you had to put a price on it, it would still be a good amount. Now, I will say for myself, y'all know I love my credit card reward points, because I would say for 2022, I cannot remember, but I think I made over $2,500 in credit card reward points. And I would say in 2021, I think I had earned maybe like 1,200, if I'm not making a mistake, in credit card reward points. So every year it seems like I do better and better with the amount of credit card reward points that I get. So right now for 2022, I am going to be considering like what credit card do I want to apply for next. So, what credit card really has a good reward. So even if we take a look at the American Express Gold Card, some of the other perks that this credit card has outside of either, the points, the 4 times the points, even on this American Express Gold Card, they have $120 in dining credit and $120 in Uber Eats. So that's $240. Now, for myself, that's what I say with credit cards. You really have to determine for your categories, what are you spending? And then for me, I'm not really using Uber as much and the restaurants that they have on here. So I can't necessarily say that this $240 would be beneficial to me, but there are a lot of other perks for this credit card. So let's take a look. So here, let me share my screen again. So right here, this credit card has no foreign transaction fees. And that is really good because let's say you're doing international travel and things like that. You don't want to have a 1, 2, or 3% transaction fee to have to use your credit card. So having this no transaction fee on the credit cards, that is another really good perk for using your credit card outside of points and cashback. And then I missed this one up here where it's stating the hotel collection. So right here is stating you could get $100 experience credit during your stay of a 2-night minimum. So a 2-night minimum is required for this hotel collection. Also, they have the baggage insurance plan. So this is really good because I believe, was it in December when, I don't know if it was Southwest or Delta, when they were losing luggage. So right here, you can travel more comfortably knowing that you can cover the costs for lost, damaged, or stolen baggage. And so this can be up to $1,250 for a carry-on and $500 for a check bag. So that is pretty good. If you have your baggage is lost, damaged, or stolen, that's really good. So these are some really good perks outside of cashback or points. Also, you have the car rental, loss, and damage. So, when you're going on vacation and let's say you want to rent a car, you don't necessarily have to get the insurance through, let's say, if you do an Enterprise or Hertz, you can get if you pay with your credit card, then you'll be able to, if something happens, you'll get a certain amount of, insurance for that. So I think that that's good. So let's see for the shopping and entertainment. So yeah, so I think that those are some really good perks outside of cashback and points. And let's see for Navy Federal credit cards. So even for Navy Federal, they have no foreign transaction fees, which is really good. Also, they have zero liability policy for unauthorized transactions and fraud notifications. And so I think that is a really good perk of using your credit cards, especially let's say we're using our credit cards online and even in the store and at the gas pump, because I don't know how sometimes they ended up getting your credit, not necessarily your credit card or your debit card numbers. I don't know how they do it, so I can't just necessarily say online, but to be able to have these fraud protections is really good, because let's say if something was to happen, you don't want it to mess up, like your regular money. If it's on your credit card, at least you'll still be able to have your regular money. And then with the credit card company, of course, they're going to investigate to be able to determine, okay, what happened. And so I would say for myself, the fraud protection is going to be number one in making sure that if something happens, you can just call them up, let them know, and then they'll be able to put the money back. Now, I can say that even depending on the bank or credit union that you're with, you're going to still have some protections in that, but you do want to make sure that you're checking your accounts and things like that. But I know for myself, even when I was using my debit card and it happened to me, I didn't have any problems being able to get the money back. And let's say with the Navy Federal, and I know that there are some other credit cards, but y'all know I was telling y'all that I had ended up doing my TSA pre-check, and I believe that was last week. So last Tuesday, I had went and applied for my TSA pre-check, and I already got my application was reviewed and approved, and so I already now have my TSA pre-check. And so that is really good. So let's say for the Navy Federal flagship, you get $100 statement credit, well, up to $100 statement credit for the global entry or the TSA pre-check. So I ended up getting a TSA pre-check, and I believe it was only maybe like 78 or $80, and I used my credit card, so I should be getting a credit for that. But go over to my community tab and take the poll and let me know if you would stop using credit cards if they took away the points and the cash back. Let me know in the comments. It's not a game, it's a